Welcome to our coverage of the international friendly match in Tel Aviv as Argentina take on Uruguay in what is both countries' last match before the start of the qualification period for the FIFA World Cup of 2022. 30,000 people have crammed into the recently renovated Bloomfield Stadium in Tel Aviv, with tickets being snapped up at lightning speed to see the South American stars from Uruguay and Argentina. Two teams with 4 World Cups between them, including one won by Uruguay in the 1930 final against Argentina. It is a rivalry that goes back over a century. Both teams had disappointed summers in the Copaamerica, with Uruguay and Argentina expected to challenge for that title, but both falling short. Since then, Argentina have had to do without Lionel Messi, who was the subject of a ban. Uruguay only paired their top 2 strikers, Edinson Cavani and Luis Suarez, together for the first time on Friday night when they helped open Hungary's new national stadium at the Ferenc Puskás Arena. Uruguay won that game on Friday night in Budapest. Cavani and Rodriguez sending Oscar Tavares' team racing into a 2-goal lead, but as has been the form that they've shown over the last few months, they didn't have that match all their own way, conceding before half-time, trying to ensure they didn't throw the game away for much of the second half. Argentina have been based in the Middle East for the entirety of the international break. That man Lionel Messi's goal on Friday night ensured that they narrowly beat arch rivals Brazil last week. It was a fractious encounter. We will be hoping for more of a spectacle tonight. We've already had one of those, the Israeli Latin pop star Rotem Cohen, performing in front of this huge crowd to underscore the feeling of festival in Tel Aviv tonight. Before we go any further, with the dignitaries having shaken the hands of the superstars, it's time to pause for the national anthems of Argentina and Uruguay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems of both national teams, and we start with the national anthem of Uruguay.
in which Argentina have recently had the upper hand, and a really vibrant crowd have gathered to watch these two famous international football nations come together once again. And a lot of players on both the two sides tonight that know each other well from coming up against one another in domestic football. Many of the Uruguayans play in the Argentina league. Lionel Messi is certainly the man that many have come to see. He starts in the Argentina attack that also includes Sergio Aguero and Paulo Dybala tonight. Both of those didn't feature against Brazil. Lionel Scaloni suggested that this is the last game before the qualifiers start, so he wants to give a chance to a few on the fringes of the squad. But that can only really be said about Renzo Sarabia of Porto, who will play at right back this evening. He wins his 9th cap. Edinson Cavani and Luis Suarez start for only the 2nd time together after the Copa America. Martin Caceres returns from suspension. He goes straight in at right back. There are only 4 changes actually from Friday night's win in Hungary. Matthias Vecino and Lucas Herrera of Arsenal come in to bolster the midfield. Referee tonight is Roy Ranschreiber and his compatriots from Israel. He's been a UEFA referee for 9 seasons. He was recently a VAR in the Champions League.
Okay, guys, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Ahead of the coin toss, everybody will get together for a mixed photo, sprinkling members of the Uruguayan team amongst those of the Argentines in a display of unity. Game which is convened to spread the message of peace. Lionel Messi captains the Argentina side on the occasion of his 138th cap this evening. Diego Godin bumped a few heads with him over 9 seasons in La Liga, and he wears the armband tonight for Uruguay. On the bench for Argentina, 2 Tottenham Hotspur players in Juan Foyt and Lo Celso, and a clutch of emerging talent as well. That's also present on the Uruguay bench too, with 19-year-old Brian Rodriguez having scored 3 times in his first 5 caps, including in Friday's win over Hungary. Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi usually play on the same side week in, week out in Spain's top division, but tonight they will be fierce opponents once again. 2 players that always draw a crowd. It is a new venue for an old rivalry. Uruguay and Argentina trying to bring a bit of South American samba to the Middle East for their 198th meeting. Uruguay in the white, Argentina in their official away kit for the Copa America of 2020, navy blue. And they will shoot from left to right in the first half. And Uruguay from right to left. Martin Caceres gets an early touch of the ball. Here is Diego Godin. Uruguay scored within 15 minutes of the kickoff on Friday, so Argentina will need to be on their guard. This will goalkeeper Esteban Andrada of Boca Juniors. He didn't make the Copa America because of a knee injury, and it's only his 3rd cap tonight. Aguero. Leandro Paredes. Plays for PSG. Back to Zella. Has captained Argentina in the absence of Lionel Messi. He's only just back from a suspension after suggesting the Copa America was fixed in favour of Brazil, for which he received a 3-match ban. Now Scaloni has seen his team keep 4 clean sheets in their last 5 games against Uruguay. They have used a handful of younger players in the last few months under Lionel Scaloni. They have developed with it 6 games now without defeat since sliding out of the Copa America to Brazil. It's their best run for a while. This is Renzo Sarabia, the Porto right back. Away by Godin. Figo. Kina. Aguero. Kina has waited outside. The return ball into Aguero. Paulo Dybala just pull off to the edge of the 6-yard box, but the attempt to pull it back to him was snuffed out by Sebastian Coates. And there's Oscar Tabarez, who has been the Uruguay coach for 13 years. He's known as the teacher. He is a hero of Uruguayan football. First corner of the game. Aguero lurking. Otamendi has come up from the back too. It's a short one with Aguero. Sling position inside the area. It's away by Cavani. Quick counter-attack isn't quick enough, and Brian Lozano, who was scrambling forward, is beaten to it by the retreating Renzo Sarabia. Cavani scored very early on Friday night. 6 weeks of this season already with a hip injury. Only managed 2 goals this season so far for the French champions. Does have such a magnificent goal-scoring record in France for PSG. Messi isn't bad either, and he's looking for Aguero, but that's tidied up by Martin Caceres. Not that tidy from Martin Campagna, the Uruguayan goalkeeper. Coates away. That was loose from Sarabia. Already not being able to make enough of it. Otamendi. Figo, who's the Ajax captain. Otamendi again, engaged by Cavani. Depart. Both these two teams are mid-cycle between Copa Americas and the beginning of the World Cup qualification starting. Uruguay just played 2 friendlies with Peru before their game with Hungary, both of those without Suarez. The form has been patchy, to say the least. Zaya finding Otamendi. Messi. Argentina content to hold on to the ball and not rush things. Figo. Now Aguero. Drifting over to that left-hand side. He's got Dybala moving in front of him. Should be an exciting front three, that, with Aguero, Dybala and Messi. Aguero and Dybala in particular be looking to impress the coach. A suspension after suggesting that's what Messi from one, isn't it? Dybala. Needs some support. Capal provides it and then leaves it for Sarabia. Only ends up being a brief foray into the Uruguayan half. That's careless. Quickly turned over and Messi is onto it again. There's a good challenge on the edge of the area by Sebastian Coates. Messi was thwarted as a result of that and gave away the free kick. Cavani coming back from an offside position. Cavani trying to bring in Lozano. Swiped away. Valverde. The idea was right, just a little bit ambitious and maybe just a little bit off radar. Luis Suarez cutting in from that right-hand side was the target of the Real Madrid player. Broken into that Real Madrid team this season, Federico Valverde. Scored against Eibar the week before the international break. He's been in reasonable form. Dybala. Trying to get away from Godin, not an easy thing to do. Those two will come up against one another in Serie A this year. Dybala with Juventus, Godin now playing for Inter Milan. Messi just complaining about the inflation of the ball. Thinks it's a bit flat, wants a new one. He's happy with. Martin Campagna just organising his defence. Messi ready to create. Floating in towards that near post. The greatest take and cleared away by Lozano. Suarez, pretty deep. Vecino. Caceres, who was high up the field, knew what was coming from behind him. And it's a Uruguayan free kick. And he's just come back from a ban as well, a suspension that he picked up. Wasn't in the initial squad. Lozano straight offside. The first 9 minutes has lacked a little bit of rhythm. Zaya. Dealing with a header away. Rather clear by Matias Fina. Sarabia. So losing out. Sano trying to bring it clear. Cavani skipping away from a challenge and then drawing a foul from Lorenzo Sarabia. Hasn't played too often for Porto since his move from Racing.